Good afternoon, friends. Good afternoon. Welcome to Mama P's portion of the Junk Journaling Jamboree for this month. Come on in, grab a seat at the table, and we are going to work on some fun projects. I hope that you have enjoyed the day as much as I have. I have watched and learned and enjoyed so many things about today. So I hope you've got to hang around. Hello. Hey, Grace. How are you, my friend? I enjoyed starting my day with you. I got to tell you, I was headed out to do some running around and the couch called my name and that's where I stayed. Hey, Miss Cheryl, how's my friend today? Hello, guys. Come on in. Come on in. Hey, Dana. Oh, it's good to see you. Hey, Terry. All my friends are coming. That's good. That is good. Oh, thank you. 3-minute makeup. That's what we got going on today. Hey, Debbie. Hey, Deborah. You guys came in right behind each other. So I'm going to do something totally different. Hey, Carrie, I've been watching today and I have loved all of the journals. I love that Grace does real junk journaling. Her stuff is the real deal, and I love that. Hey, Jennifer, and I love everybody's styles being so different, but I'm really literally out of the box today. Oh, I hope it gets a little better every day, Miss Cheryl. I really do. When I saw the scope of this kit and the 59 pages of printables that it is, I knew that I had found the resource that I wanted for, my gratitude project for this fall. So I went to my Hobby Lobby and I found this great box. Hey, Kathy, oh, I'm so glad you're here. It's one of the ones with the great handles in it. And I really, really like these. And they're not, this was $6.99 and then 40% off. These are not an expensive thing. And I altered it to hold memorydex cards. And my goal, hey, Debbie Zucker Fritz, how are you? Hi, Stephanie. My goal is to make a card for every day of November and maybe then some. Hey, Mindy, and put them in here. Christina, hello, my local friend. And this is going to be my daily gratitude project. Okay, so that's where we're headed. For my cards for this project, I also went back to Hobby Lobby. Now, these are from clearance a while back, and these are just their craft paper greeting cards. They come in a great big pack of like 50 cards, right? And it also comes, I've got stuff stacked everywhere. I am very carefully unstacking it. Hey, Miss Dina, how are you, sweetie? And it also came with 50 envelopes. And guess what? These envelopes fit right inside that box, right in here. So we can make memorydex cards on envelopes to tuck things in. And then we can cut these cards right on their score line right here. And we have 100 cards ready to go. Okay. And the way I got these printable things to work for this project is that when I went to hit print, hello, Mary. Hello, guys. I just told my printer, instead of to print one, I don't know how to say this, page per page, right? One page on a sheet. I told it to do 2 or 4, depending on the size of the graphics. Hey, Trisha. Hey, Marcia. And that brought it down to about, the biggest ones down to about 3 by 5 inch size. So most of my graphics came out to 6 on an 8.5 by 11 inch page. I printed a bunch of pages. I still didn't even print it all. And then I had pieces that were perfectly sized for my cards and to decorate from there. So this kit is a fantastic resource for that because of all of these, right? Because you have all of these pieces and you can create, and you can get more prints per page. I think I printed somewhere around 17 or 18 sheets of copy paper. Hey, Carol, how are you? And that's what we have in front of me. And then I've just cut and cut and cut and cut and used and worked, and there's so much. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. So all of these are all what I would call background pages. They're about as big as my entire memorydex card. Plus, I have already glued up a dozen of them. Hey, Cindy, Beauty by Cindy. Beauty, oh, sorry, I just got that all messed up. Cindy's after me. Hang around. We're not done yet. So I have all of these that could be made into cards. And this is another dozen that are already glued up. I did 4 of them on the envelopes. Hey, Miss Diane. So see, it opens here from the top. I just tucked the flap in. I can't be bothered to cut the flaps off. And then decorated on this side. So this will be the memorydex card, and then there'll be a little sleeve to tuck things in from the month. And then on these, we can decorate the fronts, and the back is where I intend to intend to keep my gratitude record. So every day I will pull out one of my decorated cards, pick the one that suits me for the day. I'll put the number of the date, you know, the first day of the month or the second day of the month in the corner. And then on the back, I'm going to practice my gratitude. Hey, Eileen, welcome. I've been so glad to see you around today. Welcome, welcome in, guys. So good to see you guys. So I just took, this is some dictionary page that I added to the project today because I wanted to play with some things. But all of these are just what you have seen the other crafters, creators, thank you, do, and this would be the whole page size. But because I printed them down, hey, Miss Rose, they are still, boy, my words today are really gone. So just hang with me. They're still in perspective. They're just smaller, okay? And so I just started picking some out and just gluing them on the cards. And that's where we are. And today, I don't know, I want to see how many of these we can whoop out. I don't know. I would love to do, 8 or 10, but we'll see. I got enough stuff here to do what feels like 100. Here's all the little pieces ready to go. Thank you, Chris, for doing that. I printed out the sweet little tags that she has added for free in her group because they are great. Hey, Miss Alara, I miss having a baby around. The only thing on my table that I've added to the kit, besides the card bases, is I had this big package of scripture stickers, and Mama P needs to be reminded of the truth. So I pulled them out, and I have this little pad of cardstock I've been using, and just a very few decorative elements that I even have pulled out. Okay, enough chit-chat. Let's get to work. And well, we'll chit-chat while we work. And if I miss a comment, you guys chit-chat between yourselves, right? I can count on you guys to do that. I appreciate it. Okay, so we're just going to pick a card. I'm just going to go with this one. I was already looking at it while I was watching Miss Chris, and I love this little belly band. And this is what this reminds me of, as a belly band, but it fits perfectly across there on the card. And so I'm not making it into a belly band, but I'm just going to mount it right on my card. And I may tilt you guys down, but I really, really like to look at you. So we'll probably just go back and forth if that's okay with you, because I don't know, I like to look you guys in the eye, at least sometimes. All right, so I just thought, I'm not going to go carried away with the decorations because, hey, Sherry, these can be really nice, but really the project continues as I work on it, right? As it becomes my project throughout the course of the month or whatever time. Hello, hi. So I'm just going to grab one of these little tags. It just says Happy Fall. And I'm going to put it here at the top corner. And then for my little scripture reference, I just pulled out this little beloved sticker. I'm trying to, I don't know if my light is helping or making it worse. It seemed really dark in here, but if that's really glary, somebody tell me, and I will change it. Okay, so I'm just gonna tuck Happy Fall up there, and then you gotta love a good sticker, right? Because the work is done. And I'm just going to put beloved down here kind of off of this corner. And then I just got these few little embellishments. I have some little lifted leaves. I've got some flat leaves, and I just have a few little orange kind of jewels. And that's it. That's all I want to do. I want to make them nice. Don't get me wrong. You can see fine, Carol. It's not too glary. Good. Thank you. It's really hard to tell one device to another. Okay. And so I'm just going to put one of those little 3D little leaf pieces up here, right? And I know it may sound silly, but I'm pretty happy with that. I'm pretty happy with that. And then it would just slip into my memorydex file, and whatever day this card comes out, probably a day I need to be reminded that I am beloved, or that I beloved somebody else, right? Good. Oh, good. I'm so glad. Thank you. All right. So card number 1, because if we're going to make 30 of them, we got to go. we gotta move it. we do. I love these backgrounds. And I did save my little bits of dictionary paper that I tore out to cover some of those cards. And I think we'll just take a piece of it and just use it as a little bit of a background. I don't know. I don't really have a big plan. Sometimes that works out for the better and sometimes not so much. But hey, Linda, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Everything is flexible here. Okay. So I just put a little bit of ink around the edges. Hey, Miss Chris Hunter, I sure enjoyed having you back amongst the livers. It's good to see you. What is the size of my card? Well, that's a really good question. I cut them. They're going to be pretty close because they came out of that box. 3.5 by 5.5. And honestly, I cut them to fit the box because in memorydex, in my opinion, it's really not so much about a standard size of your card, as long as your holes are standard, as long as it fits in your receptacle. So I have a little vintage Rolodex, and the little cards that it holds are only like 1.5 by like 2 3/4. They're teeny tiny, and those are super fun to work with. And I like that. I like that too. Okay, so we're talking here about doing a gratitude journal and being present. And I saw these beautiful tickets in here, and I thought, what am I going to do with those? Until I saw that they say admit. And I think when I have these stickers, when I come against this card in my journal, I need to think about searching myself a little bit. And what is it that maybe I need to admit? Not to be admitted to, you know what I mean? But what do I need to admit? So I'm excited to use those. But I'm going to put this little lantern. I'm doing the Chris Hunter Zhuzh. I have the inkiest fingers these days. Hey, somebody sent me stars. Thank you so very much for that. That is way beyond sweet. Way beyond sweet. Okay. So we have this sweet little graphic here, just the little lantern, and I'm putting it pretty much over the top of that dictionary page. I didn't pick a word or anything. I just wanted a layer. I just wanted something there. And now we have our little card with a spot of glue on it because I touched it. Okay, so now we have, see, just our little dictionary page back here. And we've got that. Kathleen, you are never late, sister. You are never late. I am glad to see you whenever you get here. So you just come in whenever you can. One other thing I did pull out of my own collection that I thought about, of course, now I'm sure I put them somewhere very safe, were some of those little miniature envelopes because I thought they might be cute. Although she has gorgeous envelopes. Let's see. I'm going to flip through these scriptures and see if there is a scripture that talks about light or something like that. I should send this one to you, Grace. It says grace upon grace. Ooh, be still and know. I know there's a graphic that is calling for that scripture. Hello. Hello. Perhaps this is the moment for which you have been created. I love all of these. So I'm not going to pick through here and find one that I really just like better. These are all of my favorite scriptures. I think they thought about me when they put this package together. I think. But I would like to find one with light just because of the lamp. Be strong and courageous is my life verse, Joshua 1:9. I absolutely love this one. I'm going to use it because it speaks to me. These are a Temu sticker. They were just scripture stickers. And I love them. And the colors of these really have a fall vibe to them. So they really play with that. It says, you may not understand now what I am doing, but someday you will. Yeah. So these are Temu. They've just been in my sticker collection waiting for a project. But that's where I got them. Okay. And they are really bright white, so I'm inking around the edges, and I may have to go back and hit a little bit more on the top. Okay, and then let me turn on my heated glue device, since we're not allowed to say what it really is, and I have a really hard time. And I tied some little bows. So when you're crafting in bunches, which is what I'm doing here today, right? I got all my stuff out and I'm bunch crafting. One of the biggest things you can do to save yourself some time and energy is if you intend to do bows, you can just tie lines of bows. Hey, Shauna, in your spool of ribbon. So this is still all attached here, and I can just tie my little bows. And then when I want a little bow somewhere, all I gotta do is snip it in the middle, and I can have what other color. So I tied some blue, and I tied some red, and I tied some orange and some gold, and I also tied a few little lace ones too. So, hey Terry Jo, so that's just a little crafting bonus for you. Hi, Diana. How is it in Colorado today? One of my dear crafting friends is in Colorado. All right. Fabri-Tac, I'm not have the patience for, but I'm going to use it to put this on, and I'll set it aside until that heated glue device does its job. And I'm just going to set this right here. And we have our second card completed. Look at that. Isn't that sweet? I'm telling you, we can get some traction here. Okay, let me, if I can keep track of my items, we can keep some traction here, but I get this pile thing going. So let's look. So the ones that I cut to go right in, I rounded all of the corners. You have the same glue device. I call it the lava gun because it does not make warm glue, and it doesn't even make hot glue. It makes molten lava, in my opinion. So let's pull out one of the ones that's on an envelope. So these are just square. You can round the corners of your envelope because what you're going to put in here is not going to be so small to come out. I just didn't. And then when they go in our little box, they have a pocket. Thank you. Thank you for that. And I think that's a good idea. I like that. So I love all of these graphics. I am telling you what, there are very, very rarely do you open a collection of anything. You know, you get a new scrapbook pad or whatever, and you go to work on it, and there's always a few pieces in it that you're like, right? I mean, if you're like me, I got a whole pile. Yes, it does. It absolutely. And it'll blister you in about a heartbeat. I have my old lady glue device that barely gets warm, and that's the one I definitely prefer because I'm not real safe with this. Okay, so this beautiful little graphic here that's part of the kit opens up like this, and I want to just glue it to the front of my card on the back so it's a little flip up place. Like I said, these are going to be my gratitude journaling cards. I want to say for more than the month of November, but definitely for the month of November. It's a practice I need to do every day of the year, right? Not just something around fall. All right, and I'm just gonna put this one smack dab in the middle and get that put down there. Christina Martin, I know you said that you use the same hair color bottle for your glue that I do. I gotta tell you, after a year, mine needs to be replaced. From putting the pin in and out, the hole's gotten just a little bit bigger than I would like it to be. And I was gonna go out and get one. And like I said, the couch called my name today, and that's as far as I got. I blame it on Grace. She was crafting, and I couldn't miss that. I could not miss a minute of that. Okay, so we have our little jewels here, and I don't know, I want to put some on there. It's my gratitude card. I can put on there whatever I want to, right? And I'm just going to run, they're in 5 sizes, and I'm just putting them in a straight-ish line. I don't have any tools for this or anything. I thought earlier it would have been a pretty good idea to have some tweezers, you know, or something. But there we go. And then this will open up. We have our little decoration. And then this is our pocket. A little fall leaf could go in there, you know, just some things that remind me of the days that are now, right? Not stressing over the days that are or were or might be. And then I just want to grab another one of these little tags. It'll give me a place to put the date if I want to. And I'm gonna put it, where am I gonna put it? I'm gonna put it on here. I'm not gonna put it on there, my thing won't open. Oh, but look, I didn't glue the corner down. So I'm gonna just tuck this little tab right here at this corner as a little spot. And then we may see if we can sneak a little, maybe one of our smaller verses in there. If not, that's okay. I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied. Oh, I should have glued that or I should have inked that little label, because I am not a great fussy cutter. Hey, Sherry, thank you. I hope, first of all, if you guys like printables, I hope that you'll consider this one, because it is great. It's a great value at so many things that you can do with it. And then I hope you'll be inspired with all of the different things you can do with it. Because there is plenty. And once you buy a printable kit, it's yours forever. So you can do it as many times as you want. Let's see if that's, yep. All right, it's ready to steam. Just a tiny touch of very warm glue right there. And we're just gonna tuck that little ribbon right there, okay? And now for our little card, we've got our jewels, we've got our little tag, maybe we'll put the date on there, got a little spot in there to make our note, plus it's an envelope, so we can tuck things in there. Hi, Giselle. And we can still write all over the back of that if we want to record. You know, sometimes I need to record some things I don't want anybody stumbling across. I don't know if you guys are that way or not, but I certainly am. And so a little hidden spot like that is very, very good for me. All right, now we'll put some of this way more than warm. Whew. And stick that lace bow from that one in there. There we go. Now that'll hold. And look, we're 20 minutes in and we got 3 cards done, and I yacked for a while when we got started, right? Okay, I really got to get more organized about where I throw the stack of cards. Let's grab one of the dictionary pages. I'm just gonna leave them right there so they don't hide again. Y'all, I'm a mess. So many of the graphics are just, like I said, they're just the right size. And if they're not just the right size, find another one, because there is one that is a right size, I'll tell you. It's a cute pumpkin, I love that one. Okay, I have an idea here for these. I love her tags because they're double-sided. I've never gotten printables like this. Doesn't mean they don't exist. I just never had any like this. So I love that they fold up. And again, like I just said, sometimes, you know, you got to write something down that you might want to keep just a little bit more private than what you had for breakfast, or the fact that you're, you know, thankful for sunshine, right? And so my thought is I grab some Teeny tiny brads. I mean, teeny tiny brads. Oh no, try going out and coming back in, because I haven't seen that be a problem, so hopefully it's not. And I'm just using my little bitty sharp scissors. If it was a regular piece of paper, I could push the brad through it, but these are pretty heavy. And so I just want to give it a little help, and hopefully not my finger any help. And then I'm just going to put this little brad through both layers, just like that, and open it up. And then when I'm ready for this journal spot, if I want to record something, I can just undo the brad that I can't even do it. You have not missed too much. We are making cards. Oh, I hate that it's freezing. You guys, I have never, ever had live trouble. And then last night, I had a time when I could not see any comments. And then today, if it's freezing, that's terrible. Okay, I'm gonna fold them both the same way because I'm tired of figuring out which direction to go. And then they'll separate. And I'm just gonna put that little brad right there on the top of my tag. Now this is held in and it will move this way, but all I have to do is remove that brad. Yes, there is. I saw Jimmy Lou posted it a little bit ago here in our comments, but you can also find it in the description of the video. It gives you the code, and it's off her entire store, not just this kit. And she has several really beautiful kits. And so it is. Oh, I'm glad it's not freezing everywhere. Okay, let's look for a scripture verse for this one because we have some room. That one says, I will rise again. Oh, here we go. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. Yes, he is. And then, let's see, maybe we want to take one of these little fabrics. Thank you, Carol. I had such a good time, especially once the comments started working, because at first I thought maybe I was doing something terrible wrong. Yeah, so we're going to let's put this scripture on. It's got just a hint of green in it. Thank you, Jimmy Lou, for posting that. Fall Jamboree. All right, I'm going to put that there. I'm going to use a little bit of lava glue. And I'm just going to touch this leaf right there. Just right there. And I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. And we have another one. And that one's just on, this is an old page out of a dictionary. So I just pulled that page out of the dictionary and we have it there. Thank you. I love, love, love doing these kind of things. I am so thankful for the opportunity to get a chance to do this at this late stage of the day in my life. Who would have thought? I would have never thought. It is a dream. Okay, so now let's just make one. Let's just make a pretty. This one is really interesting because she has a flap on it. So this is actually made to be a little secret journaling spot, maybe, is what we would call it. So let's put that on. Oop, let my glue sit too long. So yes, I use my hair color bottle that I get from Sally Beauty Supply to hold my glue. It holds 8 ounces, which is great. And I've had it now for a year and I've been using it. And finally, the little tip is just getting a little worn out. And so I get bigger blobs of glue that I might wish I did, but that's okay. It was a $2 glue bottle that I can go get another one of anytime. I just need to do it. I just need to go get it, right? Okay, let's see what else we want here. Oh, you see this sweet little label? It's just got the little animals on it. And I think I'm gonna put it right up there. I'm just gonna use the glue that's already on my fingers. I could be using a glue stick for this too. It would also work just as well. And then that's a perfect spot for one of our little pale blue ribbons. And I'm just gonna snip one of those off. Okay, and then I don't have to find it. They do work really great for the glue. They really do. And that I got a whole year out of a $3 glue bottle suits me just fine, because I'm poking that my fancy glue plug, my old paper clip, that's unfolded and disgusting. You know, I shove that thing in and out of there several times every day. So it has held up really well. It really has. Okay, and now we've got this side. And let's see what else we might have here. Oh, there's the light one that should have gone on the lantern. Be a light for all to see. Oh well. I have one in there that says, Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. I don't like that verse. That verse gets me in trouble. I was praying that verse, singing that song with all that confidence, and then that's exactly where we wound up, and it wasn't as fun as I thought it might be. All right, it says, this is my verse, Joshua 1:9. Be strong and courageous. Let's tuck this over here. Okay. And I'm just gonna put it right down here toward the bottom. And then we need a little something, I think maybe a leaf, just tucked on this side. And I like this deep red. Maybe we need, let's get one of the stickery ones. Let me stack these cards so I don't get them lost back in the pile. And let's finish this one up. I also have little pieces of our paper, which is great. It's really nice. So I hope you guys, have you been excited today? I hope you've been encouraged to give these things a try. Because they're really, really good. Good. And not, there's no risk, right? I mean, there's no risk. What did you waste if you, I always say, we work with paper. We don't work with crazy things. We just do these small things. If something goes awry, it's okay. Yeah, you just go into your Sally Beauty Supply store, and I'll tell you that they're always in the back corner because nobody except the licensed hairdressers buy them, although you don't need to be a licensed hairdresser to buy one. And they're just in the very back. They're going to be in a bin in the bottom, in the most forgotten spot in the whole store. And you just go pick one up. I think it was $2.49, $2.99. Hi, welcome. Okay, just a little jewel up there. Look, that one's kind of busy. But we have a little flip-up journaling spot. As soon as that glue dries, we can put a little something under here. We have our verse, our label, and again, this is one of the envelope ones. Hey, Miss Jenny, how are you? So this gives us storage options, all right? They're so fun. Look at just all of the wonderful patterned backgrounds. So these don't have the heavy graphics, which I love when I'm creating anything, that we have a mixture, because you need some things that you make bright and bold, right? And then you want some that are already that way. And I love this kit for the variety. So here's the little wood plank one. It's also on the envelope. Now, I bought one of the Heidi Swap punches. So whatever size my card winds up, as long as it fits in my box, the posts are going to fit a standard Rolodex. Okay? All right. How about some sunflowers? Look at these lovely, lovely sunflowers. Love them. Love, 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 love them. Okay. We're just going to mount it on there. Oop, and slide it all around where we don't want it to go. This kit really is overwhelmingly awesome, I think. I am absolutely blown away by the magnitude of it, really, how much there is and how much you can create and create and create with the same. When you do, you love sunflowers? Yeah, yeah. What size is the standard? What do you mean, for the holes in the kit, or it to fit in the cards? Is that what you're looking for? If it is, ask again and we'll catch it. So if you're putting together your box, when we did the memorydex event, that's what I did a lot of during my, the cards. The cards, as long as they fit in your Rolodex and in your box. So my cards are about 3.5 by 5.5, but I bought this box specifically for my gratitude project this year. And so I just went with cards that fit in my box, okay? And these are the craft paper plain greeting cards from Hobby Lobby. So they come like 50 envelopes to a kit and 50 cards that fold in half. And 1/2 piece makes the card that fits in this box that also came from Hobby Lobby, okay? So the envelopes and the cards all fit in this box. I'll slide them in here and show you. Tuck that in there. We have 5 cards done. 5. I'm so proud. I am so proud. Okay, so they fit right in here like this. And then we still have plenty of space. Like I said, we take one out a day. We journal on the back of it. And then the ones that have the envelopes, we can tuck little things in there. So these, I don't know how to say that the way I want to. Sometimes that's a struggle. Yes, next up is Beauty to Me by Cindy. I hope you guys will hang out and enjoy her. I grabbed some old buttons out of my stash. Let's get some of them out and see what we can do with them. Okay, we started with the sunflower. That's a perfect spot to do some buttons, I think. I'm loving this Hello Fall tag. That is a huge button, but it's a beautiful wooden button with pattern on it. I'm really liking it, but I don't know that I can make it go there. So let's put a little bit of ink to cover up my terrible scissor skills. But if you're like me and it's time to cut some things out and you wind up with a whole lot of little white spots around, a little bit of ink covers a lot of that problem, and I'm always thankful. Always thankful for that. Oh, here's a really cute little set of buttons. Let me cut them apart. I'm so glad you got to be here. I'm so glad you got to be here. I hope you're getting to spend quite a bit of your day here. I love these little tiny wooden buttons. They're super sweet. I'm not going to put string through them today. I know. But I'm just going to line them up across the top here of my little graphic. There's 3 of them, and so 3 of them is what you're fussy cutting right now. Ay. Blessings to you. These little scissors help because they'll get in the little grooves. It just isn't my favorite activity. I praise you because I am oh, wait. I just changed my mind. You never put string in yours. I love the way they look. I just don't. This one says my cup runneth over, but the graphic colors are perfect with this card. So let's put a little ink on it because these stickers have a bright white background. And so we're just aging them up. And now, Christina, I have to tell you, I have sat on my couch. You know how I showed you I do the bows and a string. I have sat with some thread and tied buttons with thread about, every inch up the thread so that I can snip one of those off as well. Okay, my cup runneth over. And there we go. Simple. Makes me feel good to get things done. I don't know. Are you guys like that? Surely it's not just me. I feel so good when I sit down with a project and I feel like I can accomplish something. And that's what this does for me, because there's not just a ton of stuff that I feel like I need to do. This is a sweet little pocket. Carol, I really do love those little stickers too. And there was a bunch of them in there. I don't even know how many, but a lot. And I love using stickers. I use them a lot. Okay, here's a little pocket. And we're just gonna go straight down the middle with our little pocket. And I know that everything in this kit has a matching graphic for it that goes together just perfect. But I'm just going to embrace what I pull out and go with it. I like the buttons. Yeah, it does make it easier because when I'm in the middle of doing something, I don't always want to stop and, you know, sew the button trim together. But you can just sit with your spool of thread, get a big long piece of thread, thread a needle on it. I would put in scripture verses, stickers when you're on Temu. I have no idea what they were particularly called, and I've had them a while. Oh, a few months a while, okay? And then we can put a little, the date or maybe a little note down here. I like that idea. I don't really want to put anything else here. I would love to put something, something up here. And I usually have some words at my disposal, and I don't have words at my disposal today. So let's see what we can find. Let's get cozy. Number 20. Well, maybe we'll put that up there and that can be our day number 20. Hi, Tiandra. Hello. Hello, Miss Merritt. My daughter just came in from school today. So, oop, I just threw it away. There we go. This one is just a little this is one of the freebie labels that's in Samantha's Facebook group right now. And there was, I don't know, 18 labels on the freebie sheet that you can just print. And they're a perfect little addition to our book. Let's see, maybe a gold ribbon. Maybe. I think I did a gold one, but that's all right. That's okay. All right, and we're just gonna tuck our little bow in this corner here. And we're gonna be good. So we have this beautiful little pocket, and in there I just tucked a couple of pieces of the printable, the smaller ones. We put our little label up here. This will probably have to be for the 20th day of the month now. And just our little bow. And then, there we go. There we go. We are moving and grooving. How exciting. I think it's exciting. Sweet little envelope here that comes, and I've been debating how I want to use it because it tucks here. I thought about, like we did the other one, making a little flip down, but I don't want to ruin the flap. I think we can tuck it in. Let's try and see what happens. I think if we just glue down this far and not where the flap goes, we'll do it like a pocket gluing, just on the 3 sides, that we'll be able to place it on our card and then glue that down. And if we wanted to, we could even tuck it in there behind. But then I think we could take one of our little tag labels and we could make like a little tuck under spot in here. So let's see, maybe just one of these ticket numbers would be pretty good. I think so. Let's do that. Just take one of the numbers. I love the ticket graphics. I think they're just beautiful, but we're just gonna take the little numbered corner off of it and I'm gonna glue it right up here in this corner, and then our little tag thing that holds up there will just tuck under there and hold it in place, okay? I'm just gonna glue it right across the top there. And that will hold it on. Let's just put a little couple of our little orange. These were from Michael's this week. I think they were $1.50. They had several colors. Orange was the only one I would call a fall color, but they sure are a nice, easy way to just add a little embellishment to your project as you go. Okay, so now we have our little journaling spot. We have our little label. We have our little jewels. We just need a little something over here. And I think we'll find another, let's see. There's some of these are all different shapes. This one is really cool. It says, when you walk through the waters, I will be with you. So it could go up along that side. I'm a God girl will fit right there. Let's do that one. It fits just right. And all of these have green in them, so that was super fortunate. Super, super fortunate. All right. Get a hold of the sticker. Okay. And there we go. There's our little card. Like I said, all plain on the back. You could hand draw some journaling lines. You could get a line stamp like Miss Chris was using, or you could just write. My goal, what color ink? It is the Vintage Photo Distress. It's an old one. It's an old one. It doesn't even match. This is a newer one I bought when I thought I lost it, and the covers are different. I thought I'd got the wrong color. Okay. Oh, and I like it. I also have his, sometimes I use this one. It's a 4-pack, so it has a gray and a black and 2 browns. And I use it when I need something darker. I mainly use the black out of there. Look at this great plaid. Is that not the fun plaid? I love it. So let's do something with it. Look at all of these little bits. This is cute. Fall is proof that change is beautiful. With a cute little fox on it. That'll fit just right. And I wouldn't always ink except when I cut things out. And then the white edges, I want to cover those up. Yeah, the boxes are nowhere near the same, and so I thought for sure I'd picked up the wrong one, but it's the same color when I ink next to each other, but they sure confused me. Okay, so let's just put, fall is proof that change is beautiful. Man, that's hard to believe sometimes, most of the time. Most of the time when things are changing, I'm not convinced that it's a beautiful thing. How about you? You feel that way? Another ticket, another label, something sweet here. That's the little squirrel. We've got the tag. We could, no, that's too close to each other. So let's find our verse and work our other way around. We can have a big one here because we've got some serious room. So let's go with a bigger one right here. Whatever is true, honorable, pure, just, and lovely, excellent. Think on those things. That's perfect when we're thinking about change, right? Because we don't want to, I don't think change is beautiful when I'm going through it. Almost every time I go kicking and screaming. Kicking and screaming. Okay, and then let's just put a little something up here, either some buttons or some jewels or a bow, maybe another button. I did not look. I grabbed into the big bag and I grabbed a bunch of buttons. These are some big old buttons. Oh, that one's really cute. It's kind of a greeny gray color. And I think we'll just go with the single button right there in the center. Okay. Now we really got to be careful of the lava tool because it's been sitting on its battery a while. And it will cook our fingers if we're not careful. Now we could put one of our little sticky jewels in the center of that button, which would be cute, I think, because it's got kind of a little divot in it. So let's do that. And there we go. Glue strings are free. Always get a few glue strings in there. Okay. Now what? Let's grab one of the tickets, because I know I will probably try to avoid the idea of admitting things that I need to admit. So let's just put it on a card so I know that one day for sure in this month I'm going to encounter it and I will have to stop and at least admit one. At least admit one. I'm sure there's plenty. I know there's plenty. I'm absolutely positive there's plenty. I'm going to just take my little tag and I'm going to fold it over because on my card, it will extend too far. They are, that glue tool, it's a frightening thing. I'm to the point now when I use it, I'm a little frightened. And I'm just going to glue that down and make it a little flip up. I'm just going to put it here on the right side. Needs a little bit of ink on that bottom edge where my cutting left a unwanted border. I know. I went and after I'd had so much trouble with this particular glue tool being so hot, I went and bought the low temp, super duper low temp glue tool that Surebonder makes. I mean, and it hardly gets warm at all, like hardly gets warm. Let's make a little cascade with our fall leaves on this side. Let's just make an assortment of the colors, and let's make a little cluster, maybe just like that. I have left marks with this one. I have a few scars. And yet sometimes it's the one that's closest by and I grab it again and I think, now I'll be super, super careful today. And surely I won't have any trouble today. And I try to be super, super careful. There's a brown one. Do we want a brown on the top? I don't want an all brown one on the top. There we go. That one's pretty. So we'll just put our cluster of 3 leaves falling. We could continue it even with one more tucked. Since we just glued them at the top, we could tuck one more in there. I kind of like that. Let's tuck one more in there. Now we'll see if I'll burn my hand, because this is liable to be the place that it happens. This is liable to be it. There we go. There we go. And then maybe find my wandering heart to thee, or thy will be done. Maybe if we're omitting one, maybe we need thy will be done. No, that one's, yep, covers up too much of the leaves. Too much. There we go. I do like this one. It'll go just fine. Okay. So there we have our little admit one. We could put one of our little bows, excuse me, or a little jewel at the top. We haven't used, there's a hint of red in that graphic. Let's put one of our little red bows there. So I got them all tied. Yeah, I did not print the whole kit. When you purchase it, it will come in several sections. So like you'll get different, I think they come in what they call a zip file. And you open each one of those up and you decide. Now you can tell your printer exactly which pages to print, but I printed the ones that I wanted. This is not all of it. There's more. And then I cut it out. So it is a commitment that way, but I should have done that before I stuck it in the glue. This one's going to have an extra bonus glue string. There we go. I like that better. Little bow just kind of sets it off a little bit better, I think. So now we have another one of our daily gratitude exercise cards for our box. I can't believe it, but using the printable like this where everything is already matching for you. It's already got the coordination done. It's all you need, a few little additions if you want them. And you could, in an afternoon, we've been here 50 minutes and we've made about at least 10, maybe 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I think 10 cards. And our memorydex file is getting filled already. And imagine when this has 30 cards in it and we start using it for when I start using it for my gratitude project, how nice and full it will get as we add things to it. I think we can get, oh, we can get 2 more down at the rate we're going. Yeah. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you have never hung around at Mama P's place, I want to welcome you to do that. We cook, we craft, we chat, and we build community. That's what we do at Mama P's. That's what it's about. And we welcome anybody who is looking for those same things to come be a part. All right, so let's do our beautiful lantern print. And I'm just folding the little tag piece over here just to glue it there. And again, we would have a little place to flip up. Carol, thank you. I think it's absolutely beautiful, and not because I did it. This was really, once the kit was prepared, This is a ready-made project. If I sat here throughout the course of my evening, I could have all 30 of my cards done. And unbelievable that you could complete 30 cards, right, in one day. Or even, you know, it's one sitting if you could sit long enough. I'm going to have to get up and do things like cook supper and all of those kind of things. But all right, I want to come back and use some of these. These are on the little pop dots, so they are elevated. And I just think they're just beautiful. They were at Michael's as well. They were not inexpensive, but I was there. And sometimes, sometimes that's how I decide what I buy. I did not feel like making another stop. So they were a little more expensive than I would have paid if I had all the time in the world, but I didn't. This one is in Spanish, and it says, "My God provides all your needs." Now, I don't speak Spanish, but I know enough of that. Oh, look, this one has a light bulb, which is really cute. It says, "Fully known and fully loved." And I'm going to tuck it on this side, hidden just a little bit underneath that lantern thing, because that'll be all right. Sure it will. This will be the one that I can't. Thank you, Kathy. It's fun. I love making the memorydex cards. I currently have at least 4 sets in the works, and I like to do them in a theme. So having this be gratitude is perfect for me because I can work in the theme. I have a black and white set going. I have a floral set that I'm working on. So just, I love the variety. So here we go. We've got this one. We have our little 3D leaves on this side. We have our little sticker, and we have our little journaling spot. And look at that really sweet background paper there. Hey, Tammy, how are you today? And I would put something right up here. I really want to, but I'm not going to. You're going to cook some ribs? Ribs are on sale at our store this week. I almost went and bought some. But I want to be able to flip this up. And if I put something there, it's going to hinder. Okay? So there's another one with our, with that. So let me show you the box. This is a Hobby Lobby box, and it has the lid that goes with it that I filled up with buttons. And if I flip it over, it's going to ruin it. But it says "Give Thanks," and it's beautifully decorated. I'll try to hold it in. Beautifully decorated on the lid. And then I just built the memorydex mechanism in the bottom. There's a video on my page when we did the memorydex event where I teach you how to do this part. You're packing up for the lake again. Yay. And then just made on the bases of the craft paper cards that I picked up at Hobby Lobby on clearance one time. And it had like 50 envelopes and 50 cards. Whoa, you are deep in the pork butts. And I just tucked the flaps of my envelopes in. Thank you. I'm so glad you guys hung with me. I know it's a busy time of day. I appreciate your time. Tucked these in and made these into cards, and then we could cut these cards in half and make 2 cards out of them. And then all you got to do is cut out the stuff and you are ready to go. Isn't that awesome? All right, let's finish up with one more because we got a little bit more time. There's another lantern. Oh, look at the beautiful pumpkins. Let's come back. Let's get another one of the dictionary pages. And let's get this pumpkin on. It also has one of the little flaps. You don't like the lake? You really don't? My husband was raised at Lake of the Ozarks, right on the lake. I am not a big lake person. Now, I would go to the ocean about all the time, but I'm not a big lake person. I don't like to swim if I can't see my feet. I get a little nervous. So there we go. I'm loving the idea of these little flips. I think they're just super fun. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Really, I'm glad you hung out with me. I'm glad it was okay. I hope you got some ideas that will encourage you and get you excited about something that you can create too. There we go. Just that quick. We just put 3 things on there. We got the flip. No beach, but you like the lake. There you go. So we have our beautiful printable pumpkins. We just put a leaf on there and 1 scripture prompt verse. It's glued here on the back, and we are ready. that's it. That's all I need, because I just need to pull these out, and I'm going to be adding to them day after day after day. Look at that. I only have 2 left of all of those base cards that I created. Now this card right here, I didn't cut it in half, but I folded it in half and made a pocket out of it. It was a little, after I was done, I decided that that was a little bit thick. You like the lake and the beach, Dana? So I did it, and it was great. But I'm not sure it was the perfect idea because it was so thick. The envelopes worked a lot better. Okay. All right. I am going to finish up my time. Hang around as long as you can. And then Beauty Cindy is coming up next. And I know she'll do a wonderful job. We still have great creators coming up throughout the evening. So fall is my favorite season. And I love Thanksgiving too. Probably because I like to cook though. I mean, you know, it is really tied to that whole memory. All right, so this one is a little more busy on the background paper. So I just took a scrap of my dictionary page to break that up. And since we're talking, there's sweater weather. Isn't that cute? Did you see the little graphic that Chris showed with the lady in the sweater? That would be perfect with that. Airmail. What do we want? So many choices. So many choices. I'm going to sit here and keep working. I'm going to at least finish a couple more, and then I got to run my kid to the library and get some dinner going. But you guys have a great day. Thank you so much. I don't know about my schedule tomorrow. Depends on what happens with the day, but I'll probably see you sometime. If not, I hope you get some time to create and do the things that fill you up, so to speak. And I hope that we can be full of gratitude today. You guys have a great day. Thank you so much. Aren't they beautiful papers? They just are. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, guys. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.